Recently, Western media feeds have been flooded with an unusual narrative. Pakistan is stepping up to broker peace in the Middle East. Top-tier legacy media institutions began publishing articles claiming that Islamabad was suddenly leading negotiations between the US, Israel, and Iran. These pieces suggested India had been completely sidelined in the region's geopolitics. There's a glaring logical gap in this story. A nation currently relying on rolling IMF bailouts and battling severe internal political chaos cannot transform into a global diplomatic heavyweight overnight. Islamabad has manufactured a high-priced illusion to simulate a geopolitical rise that bears no resemblance to reality. The Pakistani military establishment is currently funneling millions of dollars into an international public relations campaign. They are spending heavily to project strength and secure respect from the global community. This international theater serves a critical domestic purpose, distracting the Pakistani public from internal chaos and the high-profile imprisonment of political rivals. On the international front, this campaign is laser-focused on the incoming U.S. administration. By leveraging specific cryptocurrency business ties to curry favor with American political figures, Islamabad is trying to buy a seat at the geopolitical table. The peace mediation narrative functions solely as a survival mechanism for the regime, having no actual impact on the Middle East. You can only push a manufactured story for so long before the actual parties involved speak up. This multi-million-dollar facade shatters the moment we look at Tehran's official response. Iran recently released a definitive video statement, outright rejecting Pakistan's claims. They are focused on a severe hard power reality, not empty diplomatic posturing. They clarified that while Pakistan might have been viewed as a convenient geographic location for a meeting, Iran has absolutely not participated in any talks or negotiations led by Islamabad. The so-called mediation framework reported across Western media was a pure fabrication. Pakistani officials essentially drew up a plan and simply assumed the warring nations would show up to follow it. A public relations campaign instantly collapses when one of the primary combatants goes on record to deny its core premise. Israel's reaction was even more severe. Operating on an active war footing and dealing with direct military engagements, they have zero patience for PR games. Israeli envoys didn't just reject the idea of Pakistani mediation, they actively mocked it. They pointed out Islamabad's desperate attempt to make itself relevant in a geopolitical conflict where it has absolutely no leverage. This stems from Israel's broader strategic doctrine. They do not view Pakistan as a potential partner. Because of its historical hostility, Israel considers Pakistan a severe, long-term ideological threat, much like Iran. In the same breath that they dismissed Islamabad, Israeli officials stated their explicit preference for a real partner. They noted that if anyone is going to act as a genuine, high-level mediator in the region, they trust India. True diplomatic leverage requires decades of mutual trust and aligned economic interests. India possesses these assets in abundance. Pakistan does not. This brings up a critical question. If both Iran and Israel reject this story, why did legacy media outlets publish these articles to begin with? This is a chart illustrating a basic media concept of supply and demand. The algorithms powering modern news publishers reward controversy, and engagement metrics violently spike when they intersect with anti-India sentiment. Framing a story as India losing out to Pakistan is effective geopolitical clickbait. It generates massive traffic from Pakistani citizens eager for a win and from Western audiences wary of India's rapid economic rise. These headlines are the product of a calculated, profit-driven algorithmic game prioritized over investigative journalism. Ultimately, the reality of the Middle East conflict is unbending. The timeline and conclusion of this war will be decided strictly by military commanders in Israel, not by public relations desks in Islamabad. Over the next few decades, Israel is executing a 20 to 30-year strategy. Their goal is to achieve total independence from United States financial and military aid, charting their own course in the region. To fund this independence, Israel plans to expand its footprint as a dominant global weapons exporter. Executing that vision requires ironclad alliances with massive, stable economies like India, not fragile states looking for a shortcut to relevance. Global standing is forged through military self-reliance and genuine economic partnerships. Artificial PR campaigns will always shatter against the hard, unforgiving reality of actual geopolitical power.